Hello, we're back in the Hater Maker Garage. Episode 2 of the 55 Chevy build. We've got parts rolling in. We've got something cool in this box right here we're about to unbox. Last night, late at night, I pulled the steering and the brakes out of the car. The car had this ugly Hydro Boost master cylinder. But this was the brake clevis that held that on. And all that did, it was just sitting on there like that. Like as soon as I took the bolts out of here and slid it forward a little bit, this just fell out. So that was like really unsafe, and the craftsmanship is lovely. So this is why I really wanted to take this car apart and do a build on it. The body and paint on this car is really nice. 55 Chevy, 210 post. The best body style for a 55 Chevy as far as I'm concerned. But a lot of hokey stuff like this, and we're fixing it. So we're gonna put this really nice looking vacuum unit on there with a vacuum pump running it. Phil will help me get that on there already. I've got to prep out some of the firewall tonight. I'm gonna fill in some holes, and then we're gonna install this part we're unboxing here. So we pulled out the motor, LT1. We're swapping it over to a carburetor. But there's a lot of holes in this otherwise would be really nice clean firewall that I'm gonna weld up tonight and finish off and repaint the firewall before the engine goes back in. Get everything cleaned up there. We're gonna run all new brake lines when we run that brake setup there. You can get pre-bent lines for these cars for whatever, like, so this is a disc brake. This car's got 4-wheel discs. It's a disc proportioning valve. I bought a line kit that hooks right up to it. It's going to be super nice. The car does have a 4-link and an 8/8 Ford rear end in it, so I might have to do something custom with the rear line, but I'm going to get this welded up, and then Phil is going to help me install this part probably tomorrow, because it's hard to even move the car without this. So let's go see what we got here in the mail. Oh, by the way, we did get a few other things in the mail. We got the carbureted intake and a fast fuel air spark technology distributor. So there should be a lot more parts coming the end of this week to get this thing together. We've got to pull the heads actually off of this engine, and we're going to use that short block right there. So we got a lot of work to do. This engine was super tight coming out. We're not going to be able to put it on with any of these accessories in there. We're just mocking this up. Those are going to have to go in after the fact. These have a short engine bay in them. Very wide, but very short. Alright, so back to this. This is our first project before we get on to anything engine-wise. This just came in the mail today. It came in like 2 days. I believe this is the CCP. I will correct myself on that if I'm wrong. Put this down. I'm gonna pull all the packing out of there, Phil.
Yep.
Let's see what we got. Oh, it's got all kind of weird packing in there. Shredded up cardboard boxes. Ooh. Little rack and pinion action. Just throw that over by the trash for now, Phil. I'll pick it up later. Oh, you guys are seeing this first time, just like we are. But I knew that's what it was in this box. Rack and pinion steering conversion. We will be doing install videos on this. I know I'm in a lot of 55 to 57 Chevy groups, and this is a hot topic. Everybody wants to add power steering or change their power steering to a rack. So this is the kit to do that. This has the rack itself and this cross member that it bolts to. So this will add some chassis rigidity and make the steering a whole lot better. Get this out of there. Watch out, Phil, and sit this down right here. You want to pull the bubble wrap off of that?
Yeah.
The rest of this is hardware. We'll get into that. I don't want to open up all these boxes of hardware right now. We'll open them when we're ready to install it, but just want to do a quick video. I'm already seeing some touch-up we're going to have to do right out of the box. Typical. So, yep, first things first, we're going to install this bad boy and get that brake master cylinder on there. Once I get the firewall prepped out and welded up tonight, I'm probably not going to put that on video. It's just welding up holes and using a little body filler to smooth it out and painting. So once I get that done, we can get going on this. I just don't want to put this in my way while I'm standing in the engine bay doing that stuff. This is the old steering off, but this is almost like new, and it was power. It's a Delphi box, so it's definitely new. I don't think Delphi was around in 1955. But I listed this on Facebook Marketplace and some groups last night, and I already sold it. So this is going right back into this box, being shipped to New Mexico, I think the guy said. I gotta get his address, but it's being shipped out tonight. It's already sold. Probably sold it too cheap. I had a lot of people hitting me up about it, but it's gone. We got the new hotness right here. Phil and I are gonna put this thing in. I've got somewhere around here too is a AN power steering line kit. So we're gonna cut our lines to length and do all the lines and AN fittings. That's gonna be really nice. So we're probably gonna cut this right here, and then we'll come back when we're putting this thing in. We're back, Phil. It's been a minute. It's been longer than we wanted. When you're dealing with aftermarket parts, you always run into more parts you need. So we're constantly waiting on parts, but we're back. We've got a few projects going today. We're just going to show you one we finished up. We have some footage on this. We're going to put together a small video on this, or we may include it just in this video. But we've got the rack and pinion all installed in this thing. I had to wait and get a different steering shaft because this has an aftermarket column in it, and what they supplied with the kit didn't work. So I got new ends and a new shaft and made that all work. I've just got to get the set screws put in up there. We were having a little bit of trouble with clearance there, so I got to figure that out. But other than that, that's done. Why I chose this rack and pinion setup, they make several for 55 to 57 Chevys, but I wanted the one with the cross member for the rigidity. Some of them just have brackets on either side and the rack floats in the middle. I didn't like that. So, and also this came with longer steering arms. You definitely want to get the kits that come with different steering arms that's set up for the geometry of the kit. If you use your stock ones, you'll lose a lot of turning radius. So the steering arms, this thing right here that bolts to the spindle. So the kit came with different length of these, and the cross member I wanted to make it strong. So that's why we went with this. It fit in there pretty good. Comes with shims. Other than that not working, but that's no fault of the kit. We just have a different than stock steering column. That might have worked with the stock one, I don't know. But we got it all hooked up working. We got steering back in the car. This should work way better than the stock stuff. So that's that. That should work good, huh, Phil? We'll just take it and have the alignment set. I've got a kit to build braided lines once we get the engine in this for the power steering lines, but that's gonna work good. But on to what we're doing today. Powder coating. We're learning as we go. We are not professionals. Don't take anything we tell you as something that you should do at home. We are just learning here ourselves. We started by powder coating the rear end cover since it's underneath of the car and you don't see it as much. We wanted to start with this. We did this in super chrome and it actually turned out really, really good. I'm impressed with it. Other than we needed to clean it off a little bit better. There's some dirt specks on it, but that's why we did the part that goes under the car first, just so we can learn what not to do when we do this. So it helps that this is a brand new intake, so it's not that dirty to begin with. We cleaned it all off. we're getting ready to go here. So we left this a little warm when we did that one, so it kind of stuck there a little better. Seemed to work really good, and that's what we're gonna do here. But Phil is gonna spray it. I sprayed the last one. I plugged off the bolt holes here. I think I'm just gonna scrape the powder coat off of the gasket surface when we're done. I don't want to deal with having to cover that up. There are ways to do it with silicone and whatnot, but so we've got our oven heating up. We've already degassed this part. You want to degas your parts, so we bake this at 450 degrees, which is a little bit higher than the temperature we're going to be baking at to cure the powder coat. That gets any of the oils that are in it, burns it off, gets all the oils out of the metal, gases, whatever, cleans it up good. So we've already done that. This is still a little bit warm. I don't think it's going to bake like our last one did right as soon as it touches it, but we're going to spray this out and get it in the oven. Show you how it looks when we're done. Ready, Phil? Mm-hmm. All right. This is just a cheap Beaver powder coating system. I read some reviews. It works really good, but people didn't like the foot pedal, and I don't either. So you got to hold that and pull the trigger there. So, but we'll let Phil be the trigger man. I'm gonna step on the pedal for him. We're gonna get this thing coated up and in the oven. See how it looks. Ready, Phil? Mm-hmm. This is as DIY as it gets. We're powder coating on a bucket over here, and with a $25 oven. But this is all you need. It worked pretty good for that rear end cover. So, ready? Yep. Here, let's get this away from the car a little bit here. Get that over there.
And I'll face like away from the car, like over here.
Yeah, and we'll have to get towards the car there, but it shouldn't stick. The car's not negatively charged, so it might get a little dust on it, but that's all right. You ready?
Yep, you ready?
All right. Pedals on. Make sure you get down in the crack. See how it's light? This isn't gonna dry up because it's colder than what it was before.
Yeah. Gonna get down in there.
Keep going all around it. Get her coated up good. Oh, yep, you don't want to drag the cord through it. Come around that way. I'll pull this out a little bit so you can get around it. Alright, go ahead. Oh, I got the pedal. Go ahead. Coated good and even? Let's see.
Looks like it.
Look all the way around on the edges. Here, you hold the camera for a second. Let me make sure it's touched up good.
Oh.
All right. All right, we're coated up good. Put it in there. The recommended bake time on this is 10 minutes at 400 degrees, but I do believe that is 10 minutes at 400 degree part temperature, not oven temperature. So you're gonna want to leave it in there actually longer than the 10 minutes. I cannot find my temp gun here. I think it's at my shop uptown to check the actual part temperature. So we're just gonna bake this a little bit longer than the 10 minutes. see a little nick spot right there. You don't see it?
Yeah, that tiny little bit there.
Since this oven's only gonna be for powder coating, I don't mind. It's like it's not sticking.
Yeah, and it's just that tiny little one spot.
Yeah, you're not gonna see that.
Yeah.
All right. We'll cut the camera and cut back when that's done. All right, quick update here. We're baking this and we're noticing that it's not turning out near as smooth. Like this had a little bit rougher casting than the diff cover that we just did, but we did the diff cover hot and we really doused it on there and that smoothed it out a lot. So if you look over here, that's really smooth. So we're just gonna spray this sucker right in the oven hot, right on this rack. If you're gonna use your oven for a lot of powder coating, I probably don't recommend this because you end up with a huge buildup of powder coating stuck in it, but that's what we're gonna do just to get this done. So we're gonna hook our ground up there. Got the gun, Phil? I got the pedal.
Okay.
You ready?
Yep.
Go ahead.
Oh, I gotta get through here. It's gonna be difficult to get.
Are we running out of powder? That doesn't seem to be spraying a lot. Here, let's shake that around. Oh, it's still got some in it. We really put a coating on that thing.
The part that.
Yeah, the backside's gonna be rough, huh?
Yeah. Gonna be the tough part. You want me to? Here, I got the foot pedal. There.
We got the foot pedal.
Yep.
Whoa. Arcing on there. Hey, can you hold